Morning students. In this session today we are going to see Geography Unit 3 Understanding Disaster. Students, listen carefully. Make a note of each and every important points in your classwork note. If you have any doubt, make a note of it. The doubts will be clarified on the reopening day. Students, this lesson explains about the various natural disasters and man-made disaster. It also deals with the precautionary and mitigation measures taken to avoid the loss of lives and materials. Students, disaster. It is a very common phenomenon in the human society. It has been experienced by people since time immemorial. Though its form may be varied, it has been a challenge for a society. The latest development which has been discovered in the world disaster is reports recently is that the disaster have increased in frequency and intensity. India is one of the most disaster prone countries in the world. Students, the high density of population in the developing countries, especially in the high risk coastal areas, results in millions of people getting affected by natural disasters, especially in recurring disasters like floods, cyclones, storm, surge, etc. Now let's see what is meant by disaster. Students, a disaster is a serious disruption of the functioning of a society involving human and material loss. Disaster is broadly classified into natural and man-made disasters. Students, disaster is classified into how many types? Yes, two types. One is man-made and the other one is natural disasters. Let's see. Disasters can be classified into two types. One is natural disasters and man-made disasters. What are the natural disasters? Yes, earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, cyclones, floods, landslides, avalanches, thunder and lightning. Now let's see the man-made disasters. Fire, destruction of buildings, accidents in industries, accidents in transport, terrorism, stampede. Students, now let's see one by one. The natural disasters are, yes, first one is earthquake. Earthquake is nothing but the sudden shaking of the earth at a place for a short spell of time is called an earthquake. Students, what is meant by earthquake? Yes, the sudden shaking of the earth at a place for a short spell of time is called an earthquake. Students, an earthquake is a result of a sudden release of stored energy in the earth's crust that creates seismic waves. Earthquakes may occur naturally or as a result of human activities. Smaller earthquakes can also be caused by volcanic activity, landslides, mine blasts, and nuclear experiments. Students, what is meant by earthquake? Yes, earthquakes are the shaking, rolling, or sudden shock of the earth's surface. They are the earth's natural means of releasing stress. Earthquakes can be felt over large areas, although they usually last less than 1 minute. Earthquakes cannot be predicted, although scientists are working on it. The point where an earthquake originates is called its focus. The vertical point at the surface from the focus is called epicenter. Now let's see the second disaster, natural disaster, volcanoes. Volcanoes are opening or vents where lava, small rocks and steam erupt onto the earth's surface. What is meant by volcano? Yes, a volcano is a landform. It is usually a mountain where molten rocks erupt through the surface of the planet. In simple terms, a volcano is a mountain that opens downwards to a pool of molten rock, that is magma, below the surface of the earth. It is a hole in the earth from which molten rock as gas erupt. Students, composite volcanoes are some of the most dangerous volcanoes on the planet. They tend to occur along oceanic to oceanic or oceanic to continental boundaries. Now let's see the next natural disaster, tsunami. Tsunami are waves generated by earthquake, volcanic eruptions and underwater landslides. Tsunami is a waves generated by the earthquake, volcanic eruptions and underwater landslides. Students, tsunami is a large ocean wave usually caused by an underwater earthquake or a volcano. Tidal waves are caused by the forces of the moon, sun and planets upon the tides as well as the wind as it moves over the water. With the typical waves, water flows in circles, but with a tsunami, water flows straight. Now let's see what is meant by floods. An overflow of a large amount of water beyond its normal limits, especially on the rain-fed areas, is called a flood. Flood is nothing but it is a rise of water with no place to go. Floods occur all over the world. Causes of floods include hurricanes, broken levees or dams, rapidly thawing snow, ice jams, and heavy slow-moving rain or repeated rains. A flood can happen in a few minutes, hours, days or over weeks. In simple terms, a flood can be defined as an overflow of water onto a normally dry land. Flooding happens in many ways due to overflow of streams, rivers, lakes or oceans or as a result of excessive rain. Now let's see what is meant by landslide. The movement of a mass of rocks, debris, soil, etc. downslope is called a landslide. Landslide is nothing but it is a large amount of earth, rock and other material that moves down a steep slope. Landslide happen when a layer of earth or rocks separates from the layer below it. Why it happens? Yes, landslide happens when a layer of earth or rocks separates from the layer below it. The force of gravity pulls the loose layer downward. Landslides can be highly destructive. Now let's see what is meant by avalanche. A large amount of ice, snow and rock falling quickly down the slide of a mountain is called an avalanche. Students, avalanche is nothing but a large amount of snow that quickly moves down a slope. An avalanche can be deadly because it was bury or sweep away anything in its path. So the large amount of sliding rocks, earth or other materials may also be called as avalanches. Students, in simple words we can say a large mass of snow, ice or rock. Swift motion down a mountain slide or over a precise. Now let's see what is meant by thunder and lightning. Students, thunder is a series of sudden electrical discharge resulting from atmospheric conditions. This discharge results in sudden flashes of light and trembling sound waves, which are commonly known as thunder and lightning. Students, lightning is a bright flash of electricity produced by a thunderstorm. All thunderstorms produce lightning and are very dangerous. Students, if you hear the sound of thunder, then you are in danger from the lightning kills and injures more people each year than hurricanes or tornadoes, between 75 to 100 people. Students, the thunder is a sound made by lightning. Now let's see what are all the man-made disasters. The first one is fire. Massive forest fires may start in hot and dry weather as a result of lightning and human carelessness or from other casual factors. And the next one is destruction of buildings. Demolition of buildings by human activities. Why it happens? Yes, demolition of buildings by human activities. And the next one is accident in industries. Chemical, biological accidents that occur due to human error. For example, Bhopal gas tragedy. And the next is accidents in transport. Violation of road rules, carelessness cause accidents. And then terrorism. The social unrest or differences in principles leads to terrorism. And then stampede. The term stampede is a sudden rush of a crowd of people, usually resulting in injuries and death from suffocation and trampling. Students, a human stampede is an uncontrolled mass of people fleeing from a perceived or actual threat. Now let's see tsunami and floods. A killer tsunami hit the Southeast Asian countries on the 26th of December 2004. A massive earthquake with a magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3 in the Richter scale. Epicenter in the Indonesian island of Sumatra. Students, it triggered one of the biggest tsunamis the world had ever witnessed. The massive waves measuring up to 30 meters that killed more than 2 lakh people of Asia. And in India, over 10,000 people were killed by this disaster. Tamil Nadu alone accounted for 1,705 deaths. All the coastal districts were affected. Nagapattinam was the worst hit in the state of Tamil Nadu. Students, fishermen, tourists, morning walkers, children playing in beach and people living on the coast were unprepared for the waves. So they lost their life, and the most of the lives and damage to property was within 500 meters of the shore. After that, the Indian government set up a tsunami yearly warning system at Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services, Hyderabad in 2007. Now let's see what are all the things we have to do and don't do in the tsunami. Students, you should find out if your home, school, etc. are in vulnerable areas along seashore. Plan evacuation routes and practice your evacuation routes. Discuss tsunamis with your family. Review safety and preparedness measures with your family. If you see the seawater receding, you must immediately leave the beach and go to higher ground far away from the beach. Don't go to the coast to watch the tsunami. Don't try to surf the tsunami waves. Be aware facts about tsunami. Students, if you are in dangerous area, immediately turn all the water gas and electricity and quickly move to a higher ground. Remember, once tsunami warning is issued, it could be a matter of minutes or even seconds before the waves hit. If tsunami warning is issued, never go down to the beach to watch the waves come in. Floods. Floods are the high stream flows which overlap natural or artificial banks of a river or a stream and are markedly higher than the usual flow as well as lowland. Now let's see the types of floods. Flash floods, river floods, coastal floods. Flash flood is nothing but floods that occur within 6 hours during rain. River flood is nothing but floods are caused by the precipitation over large catchment areas or by melting of snow or sometimes both. Coastal floods. It is nothing but floods are associated with the cyclone, high tides and tsunamis. Now let's see the causes of floods. Torrential rainfall, encroachment of rivers bank, excessive rainfall in catchment, inefficient engineering design in the construction of embankment, dams and canals. Students, the simplest explanation for flooding is heavy rains. No matter where you live, you are surrounded by infrastructure and systems. In most cases, the infrastructure does its job and you never have to think about that, where the rain goes when it runs off. The effects of floods. Destruction of drainage system, water pollution, soil erosion, stagnation of water, loss of agricultural land and cattle, loss of life and spread of contagious disease. Now let's see what are all the things we have to do and don't in the flood. You have to do, find out if the settlement area is to be affected by flood or not. Keeping radio, torch and additional batteries, storing drinking water, dry food items, salt and sugar. Students, safeguarding materials like kerosene, candle, matchbox, clothes and valuable things. Keeping umbrella and bamboo poles. Keeping the first aid box and strong ropes to bind things. To dig canals from the farmland, to drain the excessive water, keeping sandbags, etc. Students, when it rains heavily, those systems are overwhelmed and the water does not drain nearly as quickly. In short, the drainage system back up and the water rises sometimes into homes. This typically happens only in case of sustained heavy rains over a long period. Now let's see what are all the things you have never do in the floods. Try to connect electricity once it cut. Operate vehicles. Swim against floods. Avoid going on excursions. Neglect flood warning messages. Students, during floods, don't swim in flood water because it is usually contaminated and often contains hidden snakes, strong current and other hazards. Avoid wading even in shallow flood water for the same reasons. Students, if you must enter shallow water, wear shoes to protect feet. During floods, say cut off gas connection and electricity, keep sandbags on drainage holes and bathroom holes, leave immediately through the known passage or prescribed passage, drink hot water, use bleaching powder to keep your environment hygienic. Before using matchsticks and candles, ensure that there is no gas leakage. Don't eat more food when you are affected by diarrhea. And don't try to take anything that floats in flood. Now let's see the disaster risk reduction. DRR. Disaster risk reduction, the practice of reducing disaster risks through systematic efforts to analyze and manage the casual factors of disasters. There are 4 key approaches to public awareness for disaster risk reduction. Combines participatory learning, informal education and formal school-based interventions. Students, through newspaper, radio, television and social media, bring updated informations and give alerts on the vulnerable area, risk preparatory measures and relief measures including medicine. Now let's see today's activity. Define disaster. What are all the two types of disasters? Give examples. Write a short note on thunder and lightning.